So yeah, my second apology is to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Respect.
It feels like it's 2016 again with the Warriors and the Cavs at the top of their conferences, crazily enough. Um, but yeah, the chemistry has been amazing. This team is exactly the same personnel wise, I believe, as it was last season, almost exactly the same. Um, Nobody of any like large, maybe George Nang. No, George Nang was with them last year, right?
He was with them last year, yeah.
Yeah. So Kenny
They just
Atkins,
extended people. I mean, they brought in Craig Porter last year and they extended him. It was
mhm.
like stuff like that.
And so they've replaced him with bench guys. Ty Jerome has been a revelation for the Cavs. And that was one of my big limitations of this team. But Karis LeVert's been playing solid. Max Strus, George Nang, Dean Wade, Sam Merrill, all averaging at least 17 a game. Um, I just undersold this team. Garland has been playing awesome, 21-7. I saw a stat somewhere he's shooting 80% on floaters. Uh, Mobley has finally played that long step. I drafted him, I believe, in our non-All-Stars draft. Who knows if it'll be that way after the end of the season. 18-9, 2.5 assists, a block and a half. Jared Allen's playing unbelievable, 14.5 and 11. And then shout out to Max, who actually had sort of called more of this mindset of Donovan Mitchell, who is just playing like he's in control, hitting big shots, controlling the offense, playing like an MVP, 25, 4, 4, and steal and a half. One thing that I was reading about, interesting, that the Cavs offense is first in the league, and they've jumped from 24th in pace last season to seventh. So they're also third in total three-pointers, first in three-point percentage. So they're just moving more efficiently within the offense that they had. Um, Very excited to see where this team goes. Are they 15-0 good? You know, I don't think so, but it's really impressive what they've been doing. And they're going to play the Celtics tomorrow, and that's going to be a huge measuring stick for both of these teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a great one too. It's a great call. Ty Jerome, shout out. I think I gave him a small shout out on a pod like 2 weeks ago. And it's in our notes actually, on our episode 61 notes.
Mm.
Actually, it's there. This is shout out Ty Jerome. Ty Jerome, Warriors legend. He was great with the Warriors. Now he's doing his stuff again. You know, they used their biannual exception to go get him. Like 2 year, like last year, he didn't play last year. And Atkinson comes in, he knows what he wants, plays him. It's been good. Um, but the revelation, I mean, is I think Mobley statistically hasn't necessarily taken the step on Basketball Reference that you might see, but if you watch the games, like, he looks different, like you said. Like,
Mm.
yeah, this is a great team. This is a great team to watch. They're gonna win 50 games. They're gonna win 55 to 60 games. The Donnie extension is such a big deal for them too. Like them having that off the brain and being able to rock out. They know they have at least 2 years to just try it is so nice. Minimum. And at this rate, they're gonna have more.
Mm. Yeah. Oh, I mean, he's unbelievable.
Because with when I this whole offseason, I was saying Jared Allen for Brandon Ingram and like a few firsts. I was like, that solves your problems. Guess what? You don't even need to do that. Now they got to give you first.
Yeah.
You're playing too well. You're not moving Jared Allen.
Yeah. Evan Mobley stretching the floor more. I saw a Draymond quote when they played the Warriors, and they played unreal against the Warriors. And Draymond Green was saying he was super impressed by Evan Mobley. And his offensive play style is starting to remind him a little bit of Draymond Green's initiation in half court sets.
Well, they've kind of unshackled him, and they're also not injured. Last year they were very injured, and I think that's underrated. And they
That's
still won a lot
true.
of games. But they've almost like they had a full training camp, a full launching pad, and they've had continuity. So many teams don't have continuity, especially in the East. They've had
Yeah.
continuity. They've been playing with each other for 5 years. All these other teams mix and matching pieces. They're getting better, but not that much better. Where you're going to see it in the first 20 games. This is where the Cavs are going to make a dent and have a chance to really carry this momentum really far. They could be the second best team in the East at the end. Like when we're looking back at this season after the NBA Finals, if you tell me they're the second best team in the East, if you told me they got out of the East, I would not be like stunned.
Yeah. Ooh, this year.
This year, I would not be stunned.
You know what's crazy too is
It's just with the way the season's rolling out. Maybe I'm overreacting, but
uh, what your point also is so interesting because it just goes to show how much parity there is in the NBA. That it is yet another team that has a shot of making the conference finals, despite all of the storylines and assumptions that people have made over every single year. So it's nuts. To your point, by the way, Donovan Mitchell, 55, Garland, 57, and Mobley, 50 games played last year. So if they're healthy and they can cook, could be scary.
yeah, I completely agree. I'm looking back at our predictions. I think, Jesus, both of like for example, both of us had Golden State in the plan. If they made a Western Conference Finals at this point, we wouldn't be shocked. You had Cleveland 4 and I had Cleveland 4 actually. So we were both like mildly high on Cleveland, but I don't think either of us could have seen them coming out of the East or even making the Eastern Conference Finals really. And now if they came out, we wouldn't be surprised. So it's like, I don't know. That's just my point on your pair. My point on your point about parity.
It's so hard to predict. Yeah. But they look great. So, Cleveland, I'm sorry so far.
Apology number 2, accepted.
The delegate from the Cleveland Cavaliers.
The delegation, yeah.